basinze ge. Ssaalongo basinze n'obusiro bwonna, basinze n'amafumu gammwe, basinze n'engabo zammwe, basinze n'emisambwa gyammwe, basinze n'abalongo bammwe. Ssaalongo basinze ge. Mwebale okukuuma ekibuga n'okukiyonja. Mukama wange Walugembe Muteesa, tuli mu kibuga kino mutuntu muno nga muzzukulu wammwe Omulangira Ndawula Ssaalongo wamu n'abagenyi be baayise nabo era abagenyi bo,
which was a palace of our king Mutesa the First, and that's the one we see with the black round hat and large eyes. He is the owner of this palace. Mutesa I built this palace in 1882, and he stayed here for only 2 years. In 1884, our king disappeared. Actually, kings don't die here, they disappear. And because it's our tradition, by then, when a king disappeared, he was supposed to be laid in his own palace. And therefore, he became the first king to be buried in his own palace. That's when the name changed from the palace to Kasubi Royal Tombs. His directive was clear. He allowed the future kings after him to also be buried in this same palace. So in total, we have got 4 kings resting in this great heritage. The coffee beans you're being served are a sign of welcome in our culture. There are coffee beans in the baskets. Feel free to pick 1 or 2, and you can break it and eat the seed inside. It's a sign of welcome. This building was last renovated in 1938 by the grandson of King Mutesa I, and that was King Daudi Chwa. By then it was in a sorry state. In 2001, this same building was inscribed in the whole world of its kind. It's a masterpiece of human creativity and a living testimony of our traditions. In 2010, we had a tragedy when part of this building was lost in fire. It was a very sad moment, and it was immediately removed. The history of Uganda started from him. The date of our independence is on the 9th of October. That date was chosen by King Mutesa because it's the date his great-grandfather rested when he disappeared. So he chose it to be the date of our independence. Why? Because the skills, the right, somebody could be wondering, so they took 9th October to be our independence. In 1966, there was power conflict, and the king's palace was attacked. And so the king found exile in London. 1967, monarchies were abolished in Uganda by the president then, President Obote. And so the king also disappeared in England on his birthday party in 1969. His body was returned for a state funeral 1971 by President Idi Amin, and he's now resting where you see his picture. The good news is, in 1993, monarchies were reinstated in the Uganda's constitution by the current president of Uganda, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. We now have kings, and the king is on the throne. The current king on the throne, he is a son of King Edward Mutesa II, and that is His Majesty Kabaka Ronald Mwenda Mutebi II is our king on the throne. He's also the father of the prince seated here. So the current king and the prince, he came along with their brothers, and that's their father. Our king today is not political, but traditional and very influential. Not the influencer of social medias, but he's powerful, he's influential. He is actually the most respected, trusted, and loved tradition leader in the country. And we are very sensitive to his feelings. Anything that happens to the king happens to us. And when we have the king on the throne, we enjoy the peace in the country. As I wind up, Buganda is the name for this kingdom, which is found in the southern part of Uganda. We are approximately 14 million people, Baganda, from this region, from this kingdom, out of 44 million in the whole country. To remind you, Uganda is heterogeneous. We have over 38 tribes with different cultures, languages, but Buganda is 14 million, which means it's the largest. And what makes Buganda influential and dominant is because of one simple thing, the assimilation policy. Back in history, we were the smallest tribe in the region, but we grew at the expense of our neighbors by conquering land, assimilating the people, intermarried with them, and they became members of this family. We don't have the word foreigner in Buganda. Now, whoever comes in Buganda, what we are required to do is to treat them with care and respect. And if they wish to stay with us, that's okay. So the word Buganda means a bundle or a cluster. We are living as a bundle. And this also makes Buganda a kingdom with a lot of history and culture, because the people we assimilated, they came along with their cultures. Of course, Buganda is flexible. We can adopt new cultures, but very selective. We have to debate which new culture we're adding, and that makes us rich in culture. So the name for the kingdom is Buganda, and the people are called Baganda. One person is called Muganda. The language we speak is Luganda, and the country is Uganda. So the country gets its name from the kingdom's name. There is no way you can tell anybody that you visited Uganda and you didn't visit Buganda. Your trip would be incomplete. And there is no way you can talk about Uganda's history and you don't mention the 4 legends resting here. Your research is incomplete, or maybe you're hiding something, but that's a fact. When I talk about this building, when you look at the roof of the building, you get an impression of a basket put upside down. It's 100% hand-woven and 99% plant products. The first 3 small rings in the center, they were made by the king himself to represent the royal family. And the one in the middle, the smallest, was measured on the king's head size. That's a symbol of authority. Then the other huge rings after the 3, each represents a clan in Buganda. We have got 56 clans. So every clan has a ring on this building. That's how we are woven. It's very hard to unwove us. That's how we look at Buganda. Then we have this line. Beyond it, only members of the royal family, descendants, just like the prince here with us, Prince Naula. He is a descendant of these kings. If you've been following, you may have noticed that every king is buried next to his grandfather, but not next to a father. There is a rule, there is a cultural rule. When you are with your father, and we want them to rest in peace. So that's why every king is resting next to the grandfather. The same applies to the prince. He has not sat next to his father. He has sat next to his grandfather. That's the sitting order. We have a brown cloth that parents tried to wear animal skin, but it was uncomfortable on their body. and the cost of acquiring one, okay, so they discovered this cloth. We get it from a tree skin, a tree bark, which we call fig tree. So we peel off the tree bark gently without hurting the tree trunk, and we pound it with a grooved wooden mallet, so that, and when we sun dry, it turns this color. That's its natural color. There are no chemicals added. We don't abandon the tree. We go back and plaster it with banana leaves so that it can heal. What an eco-friendly activity our grandparents discovered. The bark cloth has been declared the oldest fabric in the whole world by UNESCO. It's one of the African skills that has survived the test of time. You can all agree with me that Africans, yes. So that is our traditional cloth. Then behind the curtain, that's where die, but they disappear. Even the current king is never allowed to go there, because we fear that he might disappear like his ancestors, and so he's never allowed to go there. Sideways we have the ladies dressed traditionally, to that side and to this side. They are the caretakers of this heritage, but they are descendants of the king's widows. In Buganda, we believe in succession, and it's a very powerful exercise that has helped us to conserve our heritage. You're always expected to dream bigger than your lifespan. Don't say, I'll live for 100 years, then you make a plan for 100 years. No, double it. That way you'll be able to plant a tree that takes 150 years to grow, because you believe in your vision. And the best way to have it is to prepare a successor. A successor must be younger than you. A successor must believe in what you believe in. And the best option of the successor should be your children. If you don't find any, take it to your brothers. And if you're the brothers, take it to your friends. So these are ladies who succeeded the real wives of these kings. In succession, when you succeed somebody, you don't only take their offices. You go an extra mile and impersonate the person you have succeeded. You become them. For example, you may not be surprised to find a person of my age claiming to be a father of somebody who is 90 years. It sounds crazy, but it is possible through succession. How? Maybe my grandfather may not see good characters in his biological sons, and then he sees them in Joseph, the grandson. So he writes a will that Joseph will succeed me. Now when I succeed my grandfather, I become him. There will be a situation where my father will call me father because I succeeded his father. So that's the power of succession. And so we address these ladies, king's wives, in that line. With that a brief history, I wish to thank you for your time, and if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you so much for your time.
Thinking back of how I have succeeded my grandfathers.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much.
You have demonstrated a long line of memories of the kingdoms, and I have learned that for me, and I am overwhelmed by admiring what I'm hearing rather than asking questions.
Mother, Mzana. The title for the wife of the prince is Omuzana. That side we also have royal members and other staff members just behind you. They're here to welcome you. Please feel at home. As we almost wind up, the prince.
We start with His Majesty, Chief Gaseb, as he already spoken. Like he has already spoken, he's a member of the royal family for his kingdom, and he succeeded in the royal line, as he explained. In addition to his majesty role, he is also the chairperson of all the traditional authorities in Namibia. And followed by him is King. He is also a king of Ondonga Traditional Authority, where your prince is residing. Is in his jurisdiction. He is also my king. Although they are all my kings. So he's my father, my grandfather. So, and then he's also the deputy chairperson of the Namibia Traditional Authority Council, which represents the 53 traditional councils. So they are both, he's a chair, he's a deputy chair. And he is also a chairperson of the traditional authorities in Namibia came to. And then next to him is His Majesty Sem Kambadembi. He's for the Kambadembi royal family. He succeeded his father. And the Traditional Authority Council, he also served there as a member, but he is also a chairperson of the Traditional Authority Business Company. So we have created a business company for all the Traditional Authority, and he is chairing that business company, His Majesty Kambadembe. And the gentleman who's a linguistic and historian, former soccer player, and yes, he used to be very popular in his years. He's now a traditional council, senior traditional council, means like a sub-chief under Chief Gaseb. Okay. So he's very happy because his name is David, and there are two kings. David. Yeah, so he was very, very excited when you mentioned the name David. He's like, my name's David, it's a powerful name. So he's a retired Major General. Yeah, so he used to be one of our top generals in the country before he retired. I think he served 3 presidents. The royal family, his mother is from His Majesty Kambadembi, and he is now, as he's sitting behind him there, his senior advisor and counsel. And so he's also now helping also with the Traditional Authority Trust. He occupies the position of project and community development manager. Then Jameli Nels. So we have, like I indicated before, that we have created a business company to support for the traditional authority to do business with investors, government and others, and to uplift communities out of poverty. So she's the CEO. So we believe in uplifting the young people and preparing them for the future. So she's the CEO of the investment company. And myself, my name are almost like also a sentence. So since I was the first girl, I think my father thought no more children will come. But 10 came later. I am Luis Rebecca, Penyameko, Deuhepera, Kanduapa. Those are all my names. My father gave me. I don't know. So they know. So Shihuameni. So I am a senior traditional counsel under King Shumba, and I'm also that is my royal duty. But on my daily job, I am heading the state company in Namibia. I'm in charge of the state-owned enterprises in Namibia as a head of the state companies. But, in this delegation, I'm just following my chiefs and helping them. It is indeed a pleasure to be here, and definitely we could see already. I always said we African we came from the same ancestors, and already there are commonalities around here. The traditional drink that you just gave it now, it's exactly almost close to our traditional drink.
And the king's children. That's where sacrifice for 2 drums. The Bantat, because he's the grandchild of the kings. Kaula Mujaguzo sigiwulidde. And the chief drummer is also erected. That's the man. Only the music for the kings and their children. It's the first drum that governs all the royals. That's what it is. Very good.
Where is that done?
Can't run that.